where is your neck? What area do you call neck? So now, with your hands on yourself, show me what you call a neck. So I see different versions here also. And for most of you, it's going to be really lovely to know that you have a much bigger neck. And if you open up this packet, I believe, the second anatomy picture is a picture of some of the outermost muscles of the neck. There are many layers of neck muscles, but these are a lot of the outer ones that are really big and long. And we'll find it on ourselves in a moment, but you can see that the muscles that are on the back of the skull, some of them come all the way down to this little V on the front of our body, between the two collarbones. And other of those long neck muscles attach all along the collarbone and even on the shoulder blade. So we have a lot of neck that's below shirt collars. This part here, when people say, oh, my shoulders are so tight, this is all neck. This is neck. This is neck. So let's find that on ourselves. With your fingers, find that ridge at the back of your skull. You know, if you walk up your neck, there's a bony part that pokes out. We all have it. And there are muscle attachments along there for your neck muscles. Now walk your fingers along the side of your neck and down to this V. And now take your hands here and go all the way out to the side of your body. All of this, these are no longer called shoulders, this is neck. We actually don't have shoulders. We have shoulder joints, shoulder blades, but if you look in an anatomy book, there's no such category as shoulders. We have this wonderful neck. So the reason we get very curious about this is if we have any tension in our neck area, this big region, and there are also muscles here that start and function as neck muscles here, and they come all the way halfway down the ribs. Those are the trapezius muscles, and they cover a huge expanse of our back. So the systems that big muscles of our neck are really quite vast. And as I started to say, the reason we're caring about that is if we have any tightness in our neck, the whole body tightens. And we probably don't feel it because it's out of our awareness, like I mentioned before. And the ways that we tighten our necks are habits of ours, you know, like the way we slump. And it's not a criticism, we all slump. But the way we slump, the way we hold ourselves up, startle pattern, so it's all tighten the neck muscles, and then boom, the whole body's tightened. So then we go to play our instrument, we're already tense, but we might not know it. So that's why I'm so glad you have that slumping on purpose, moving out of it exercise, because you can be practicing, how do I move out of a slump or a posture, and knowing what your neck is going to help too. Now, I'm going to pass something around. You've got all your wonderful instruments out. This is quite heavy, so when you pass it to the next person, make sure they have it. There's nothing important there's some writing on the top. It doesn't have anything to do with this. This is how heavy our head is when it's not supported by the bones of our spine and the reflex muscles of our spine that hold our head up without us having to feel the effort of it.
Is that 5 pounds or something?
I forget how much it is. It's in this range, 8 to 10 pounds. For those of you who have already held that file box, that's the weight that when we slump or posture gets out of balance in relation to the rest of our body and presses down on all our joints.
Do you want to?
So not only not only do we get tight muscles throughout our body, but our joints get more compressed.
You said that's our head?
Yeah, that's your head.
Still in shock.
And that explains, if you think about it, put your hands on your own, now we've named this neck, and hang your head and neck forward like this, and feel, especially these muscles, this part right here. If you hang your head down, you're apt to feel that those muscles tighten up a bit. These different muscles, how many people have been able to feel their necks tighten up a bit by hanging their head? Okay. That's a big source of this tension in the neck and the neck, no longer shoulders, is if we hang that heavy head of ours out of balance. These muscles, they have to tighten, otherwise we're just going to take a little dive forward, and we don't want to do that. So that's something about our necks.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So people don't necessarily have like arthritis or any kind of pathology, they just have tense muscles and ligaments here in your neck, or?
Oh, we can also have arthritis and other
both of
things.
those, but how can you tell the difference?
Well, I'm not a doctor, but what people with arthritis love about this is that the joints that are affected by arthritis aren't being irritated by this heavy weight, these tense muscles. Here's another thing that's going to be nice if a person has any neck concerns like arthritis. Everybody drop your head down like this, and then you're not all driving age, but pretend you're driving, and turn from one side to the other to see the traffic. Now come more to that easier balance and turn from side to side, and you can move from this head joint that we mapped out. Isn't that a lot easier? So some of the restricted movements we feel with arthritis are because we have a restricted body balance.